Hey, what's going on, guys? 3D Icicle Freeze here, or Jacques. How's it going? Sorry, apparently I've received a voicemail. There we go. And I'd just like to see, how long I've been recording for. How's it going? So I have an I think it's interesting topic today. I've talked about it before, but I guess I just really want to talk about it more in depth today, like give examples and whatnot. It's funny. It's like, I don't know why, but all of a sudden, I've noticed this for about a year or two, and I've been working on fixing it. But that it's so annoying because on tests and stuff, I just came back from a math test, and on tests and whatnot, I'm always my professors always say, "Oh, you're right, but you're speaking too generally." And I've never realized it, but I've always been a person who speaks generally because I don't want to get the answer wrong, and technically I'm right. I'm just not adding all the details. And so, and that was about 2 years ago. And thankfully I've been expanding on that, where recently, if I don't know something, I'll just come out and say it. And if I do know something, I'll give specific examples and reasons why. I won't be so general anymore. And it's funny because now I'm at a job where I need to be general. My manager, my boss always say, "Talk less, Jake. You're over talking it. Just relax and just speak generally." And what's it called? So it's just interesting how that how that happens. It's like when I don't want to be general anymore, now I need to be. It's weird. So anyway, I came from my test. It's really cool because we take it online. It was actually 30 questions, not 20. So my professor lied. No, I don't know. Maybe she said 30 and I just thought she said 20. I don't know. It wasn't a big deal though. It was pretty easy. There were those questions there was one question I just could not remember how to do. It was 3 over 7x equals 1 over 9. And I completely forgot how you go about that. I know you have to do something with the x because you have to get it by itself. So I couldn't remember. Do you record it by its do you multiply it by its reciprocal, or I can't remember what you were supposed to do. Do you find the greatest common factor and cross it out? I probably got that answer wrong. So unfortunately I'm not really expecting 100, but I'm sure I'm gonna get somewhere in the 90s. I'd like to imagine. I really doubt I'd get anything lower than a 90. Because all the other questions, I actually stayed the entire time. There were some people who left, this woman's... Okay. No, this woman behind me is I don't know, she was not doing something I would recommend. And, anyway... So, just the way she was driving. Anyway, so getting back on topic. So it was just, I actually spent the entire time there. Again, I live far away, so I don't really care how long I spend there. It's not like I'm in a rush to get home, and so, and now is not rush hour. It's about to be 3 o'clock, but it really, from what I know, rush hour really doesn't fully hit until around 4 o'clock. Ish, that's when it really starts to get slow. But for some reason, this road gets really slow at this time. It's 250 right now. I'm not even on the highway yet. The highway usually doesn't get traffic until, again, around 4 or maybe even 3:30. But at 3:30, I'm home already. So for some reason, this road getting off is tough. Although, to be fair, the lane to get onto the highway is so short. They didn't make it long enough. Like, you don't have a lot of time to get over. You know, like, and you know, you have those people who they're going 60 and they don't plan on letting you in. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's annoying. But anyway, yeah. So I guess I just wanted to talk about today, though. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, you know, as I normally do. But do you guys just ever feel like you're just going through the routines? Again, I know I've talked about this often, as you guys have heard me use the term. I feel like I'm living life on autopilot. And recently, I haven't been feeling that. I feel like things have been pretty good. You know, I've been pretty in the moment. I've been focused on what I'm talking about. The only reason I'm not as focused now is because I'm driving and I'm not on the highway and it's not easy driving. Once I get onto the highway, it's easy because I just stay in the left lane for like 40 minutes. But I kind of have to focus right now because there's green lights, people are stopping. Like right now I'm kind of in the middle of the road, even though it's green, but it's because there's so much like stupid traffic. I don't really have a choice, you know, so it's like I have to focus, but yeah, no. And I mean, of course I always have to focus on when I'm driving, but like even this girl wants to make a left, but there's just too much traffic, and I have to make sure I'm not even in the middle of the road anymore. The person behind me is. So anyway, I feel like just sometimes I just feel like I'm just going through the motions, and it's like so boring. And it's funny because I told my parents that, and you know, they said, they're like, you know, Jake, we expected you to have this conversation with us. And, you know, you just have to remember that this is just a means to an end. You know, you're going to go to school, you know, study. It's repetitious. It's, you know, it's annoying, that's for sure. But, you know, after that, you know, you get your break off and then repeat, and then you get summer. And I was like, okay, well, you know, that's true. And, you know, what's it called? So, ooh. That guy is just honking that person out. Anyway, what's it called? So yeah, so it's like, you know, now that I don't have anxiety as strong anymore, I don't know what this guy's problem is. He's just honking at all these people. Anyway, yeah, it's, you know, I was telling my parents, like, you know, I'd love to, like, go to California or Arizona or North Carolina or Georgia or somewhere in the middle, Wisconsin, Nevada. Like, I'd like to, like, go somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, or, like, go to a festival or a fair or, you know what I mean? Like, just, like, do something. And my parents were like, you want to do something? This person is letting me in, and I really appreciate it. Although I think I may have cut them off. I don't know. See, I was talking about focusing. This is why I have to focus, because the lane to get off of the exit, onto the road, off of the exit, onto the expressway, onto the highway, is less than 4 yards long. And so there are people trying to get into this too, to get to where you were. I mean, it's really bad. They should really extend it. Thankfully, though, you know, I got off fine, and I'm almost to the very most left lane. In fact, I'm going to get in right now, and we're good. Okay, I shouldn't have to talk about driving now for a while, because now I just go forward. Anyway, though, what's it called? Yeah, sometimes I use the expressway. Sometimes I use, you know, what's it called? 25A. Other times I'll use Sunrise. So I like to change it up. So anyway, as I was saying, now that anxiety isn't really as prevalent in my life anymore, you know, I want to, like, go do things, you know, and I think it would be, like, a lot of fun to just go do things. And I mean, you know, like, especially, like, my cousin just moved to California, and I've told you guys probably over and over, like, I want to meet the music composer who said I could visit his studio. I want to visit my cousins in California who moved there. You know, I want to go fossil hunting, because you can find trilobites apparently, like, really easily there. You know, there's, like, a lot of cool things to do. You know, maybe see Hollywood, see what Hollywood's about. You know, I think it would be pretty awesome. Maybe I'll even see, like, a famous person. Who knows? But, anyway, so yeah, so all that happened. Or that, I want that. Or I was even thinking, too, like, going to, like, the Renaissance Fair or, like, medieval times and, like, walk around watching people juggle, joust, eat mutton, and it just sounds like a lot of fun. And or go to a convention, another gaming convention. I haven't been in a while, since 2013. So, you know, that's kind of like where I'm at right now. Like, I think it would be a lot of fun to, like, do something. And so it's just interesting, because I normally never want to do anything. And I've told you guys how I feel about vacations. But to me, this isn't a vacation, because it's just like going to California, yes, that's a vacation. But going to, like, the Renaissance Fair or, like, you know, whatever, going to, like, a festival, a fair, that's like a one-day thing that you maybe that you spend, like, less than, like, $50 in one day, depending on what you're doing. You know, I mean, it's, like, not a big deal, you know. So yeah, I just want to know if you guys ever feel the same way. Like, you're just kind of like, you're kind of just sick of going through the motions, and you really want to, like, do something. That's where I'm at right now. You know, I'm kind of in the mood to, like, go do something. I'm kind of sick of just being, you know, doing the same thing. You know, because right now I want to kind of show you guys my day. So I'll give you like a typical Monday/Wednesday. So today's Wednesday, right? So I wake up around 11. I take a shower, or I'll wake up at 10, go to the gym, then take a shower, then come around 11:45. I get in my car, I get to school. You know, I park, I get into class. It's 1 o'clock. Stay there till 2:30. Leave, come home, get home around 3:30, potentially take a nap or do homework, eat dinner around 6, lay in my bed and do homework or just, you know, relax, go to sleep, repeat, or go to the gym if I hadn't in the morning. And that's how it's been for a while, and that's how it's going to be for a while. The funny thing is, you know, we're doing midterms, but we're not even halfway through. I mean, there are holidays, but it's the beginning of October, and the classes end December 22nd. So I'm not halfway through. Halfway through will be like November 1st, like early November, because I started early September. So sometime around really like late October, not even, like early November would be the middle, and it's practically a month away. I mean, it is October 10th, and October is gonna go fast. We've already had some days off, especially November. There are a bunch of days off as well, you know, for Thanksgiving. I think even in the beginning for, like, election stuff. You know, December, I don't consider December a possibility for snow days anymore, because it really never snows in December anymore. It's usually January and forward. You know, but yeah, like, it's definitely not even midway, and it's like I feel like I'm just going through the routine. So, you know, one thing is, I just really want to write my book so badly, because I don't know why I just keep holding it off. It's like I'm kind of like I just knew the characters I created so well. Like, I had a vision for what they'd be like, and I knew their names. Like, Django was the main character, and he was a little rash and a little stubborn. But he was a good leader who really cared about his people, who really cares about his people. Then there was Armachon, or they nicknamed him Sean. He was very intelligent and dignified and kind of like a no-nonsense kind of person, very like serious for the most part. Then you have Montano, who's this like big bulky man. He's pretty sarcastic. Really like an awesome general, and I just knew all these characters. My evil characters were very like cynical and like conniving and like very like all for themselves. I had all these characters that I had such a vision and I knew so well that they almost felt like real people, which is what you want with a book. You want these people to feel like real people that you'd want to meet, and I mean, it's just like so crazy how I'm scrapping all of them, in order to realize the book I have now, and I'm starting with all these new characters, and I like a lot of the characters I've made, but obviously I can't visualize them or imagine them as much as my other ones, because my other characters I knew for 6 years, almost 7 years. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's, just kind of ridiculous that I've just, like, it's not ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm using the word ridiculous for all this traffic. It's just kind of upsetting because it's like I spent so much time writing that book, and it's okay. Like, I understand why I need to put it down, but at the same time, and it was good practice. But at the same time, it's sad because it's like a lot of that work, is pretty much never going to be heard. And the truth is that, a lot of it is going into my new book. Like, I am transferring things, from my old book to my new book, in little ways. But at the same time, it's very, it's just tough. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't even know why myself, like, why I don't want to start this book. I've been writing the outline a little bit, and, people have different kinds of outlines. Like, an outline could be 5 pages, it could be 50 pages. I just talked with somebody who actually asked about my book the other day. He said, "How's your book coming along?" And I said, I put it down, and I'm starting a new one. And he said, "I feel that." And he's like, I have an outline that I've written for 2 years that's 52 pages, and so for an outline, that's a lot. I mean, even my cousin said that when they outline movies, they like outline what it could be for like a movie and a book, and it winds up being like 90 pages. It's a lot. And and I think that's the thing, is that, like, I don't want to outline that much, but I'd like to outline a decent amount and really plan everything, because with my first book, I feel like I didn't plan everything as well as I could have. I think I really could have done a better job had I planned a little bit more. Like, I completely admit, I just jumped into writing a book. I created characters. I made a story that I thought would be compelling, and it all just kind of came to me naturally. But it's sad because I was so inspired, and I don't know why I'm like not as inspired for this one. And it kind of bothers me. I mean, again, to be fair, I am going through this thing where for some reason physically I just feel really sluggish with these chronic headaches and these earaches every single day. So I admit it. There are some things that have been bothering me which might like hinder, like my motivation for doing things. But if I can play video games at night every night and do homework and, get straight A's, I don't understand why I can't want to write the book I want to write. Do you guys know what I mean? Have you ever wanted to do something, but for some reason you like don't want to do it at the same time? Like, I don't know how to explain. And I have the time. I can put in the effort. Time isn't the issue. It's just odd. It's like I want to do it, but at the same time I don't want to do it. It's very odd. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end this video off here. Thankfully, the traffic has lightened up a lot. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. I actually have a very interesting topic I want to ask you guys about next video. So I'll see you guys then.